gentlemen, from Boise, Idaho. Don't touch anything!
Hey everybody, welcome back to In My Head channel. My name is Brant, and you will have to excuse my voice if it sounds a little weird. I've been sick, really, for about 3 weeks. The video that just came out last week, where I looked at my KISS CDs, actually recorded that video almost 3 weeks ago at the same time that I recorded the video prior to that. And so I was glad I had one in the pocket because last week this time I didn't even have a voice. I usually record my videos either on Sunday or Monday. This is Sunday, and I have a little bit of a voice left, or I have a little bit of a sickness left. I have much more voice than I had, but so if you hear a little bit of that in my voice, please excuse me for that. But I wanted to make a video today because I got a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. First off, thank you if you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a previous viewer or a previous subscriber, thank you for coming back and continuing to watch videos. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you to my Patreons. I'm gaining Patrons over on the Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/inmyhead. You get early content, early release, exclusive content. They know about these videos a few days before they go onto YouTube. They get videos over there that don't go anywhere else. They get raw, uncut videos sometimes. And so that's just something they get extra for supporting the channel. And I do appreciate all of my Patreons. Be sure to, just doing some housekeeping here at the beginning, be sure to check out Critical Kiss. I got to slap myself on the wrist because I have this side project going with AJ, Zetro, and Tommy from Heels and Quads, and I've not really mentioned it in my own videos. So if you've not checked out Critical Kiss, check that out. We look at the albums and look at their criticalness in history, the criticalness to themselves, and we just have a discussion. It's really just another reason to talk about KISS. That's really all it is. But we're having a good time over there. Be sure to jump over there and to like those videos, check those videos out, give us a subscribe. We're actually getting more video views than we have subscribers, so it'd be nice to pick up some subscribers as we try to make our way towards 1,000 subscribers. So far, we have done the first 3 albums. We've done KISS, Harder Than Hell, and Dressed to Kill, and we just did our first live video with Alive. And I think it's this week, we're shooting Destroyer, which is a fun one for me because everybody knows, if you don't know, you're new. My first album ever was Destroyer, so it has a special place in my heart. So be sure to check out Critical Kiss, links down in the description. And also down in the description and probably somewhere under this video, check out my TeePublic. You can get things with my logos on it, like buttons and shirts and stuff like that. So you can get little things like this if you want to. It's just something to help also the sport channel and rep the In My Head channel a little bit. All right. So before I get into the cusp of everything and talking about what I'm going to talk about today, I noticed that Rick, a good buddy of mine, and also Xander, they have like a hot face or what you've been listening to. Well, me, I'm very much ADHD and also very OCD. And so I'll get hyper-focused on something. And when I get hyper-focused on it, it's the only thing that I see or I can think about. So I guess what I'll call my little segment is the OCD's Corner, the Obsessive Compulsive Disorder Corner. You want to say it that way. And here lately, it's been CDs, it's been cassettes, it's been 8-tracks. And not just KISS, but just in general. I grew up and I have gone through all of the, being born in 69, grew up in the 70s. I had vinyl. I had 8 tracks. I had cassettes. I had CDs. Now my cassettes is probably limited to, I've got like 5, and I don't have a whole lot of CDs. So in my last video, I was talking about collecting CDs, and I showed my Kiss CD collection. Well, I have an update to that because I have actually extended my Kiss CD collection by 2, maybe 1.5. And the reason why I say 1.5 is you'll see in a minute. So, to expand on my CD collection, I now am the owner of Psycho Circus with that cool lenticular cover, kind of like Ace's 10,000 volt CD cover, which I'll show here in just a little bit. So yeah, so there's the front, and then there's the back. Looks like that. And then looking on the inside, has that awesome Funhouse freak face. And then it's got I think it's really cool that it's got that on the inside as well, that the Kiss kind of comes towards you, and the flame moves along with it. You have the back side of the book. It's cool how that looks whenever it's not in the thing. It opens up to like that. And you see Ace there, and then Paul, and then Peter, and History, of course, and then Gene, and merch, of course. This is Kiss. We got to have merch. Then the merch form. And then when you flip that around, you get the front, the big, huge center, and then History and the back side of the merch form. So, Psycho Circus, I like Psycho Circus, even though I don't consider Psycho Circus to be a true Kiss album, because there was a lot of studio musicians on Psycho Circus. It's almost like it's a solo album it's an album with solo songs from each one of the band members in a lot of ways. But I do love it. Psycho Circus I love. Within, I think, is one of the most awesome Gene songs. Pledge Allegiance to the State of Rock and Roll, I love that. Into the Void, I love that. We Are One. I know that's a big song for the Kiss community. And it's not my favorite. You Wanted the Best. I used to like that song. Like back when this came out, I liked You Wanted the Best. Now I'm just like, it's cringe. It's airing the dirty laundry and saying the silent things out loud. Raise Your Glasses, I like. Finally Found My Way. A lot of people don't like I Finally Found My Way. I actually do. Dreaming is okay. Journey of 100,000 Years, okay. And I know people they like those. And I do like them. I listen to them, but I really like the other ones. So added Psycho Circus to the collection. And this is the 0.5. Remember in the last video, I had Sonic Boom, but it was missing a CD. And at the time, I didn't know what it was. So I just happened to be in a record store. I went record store shopping. I just got these yesterday and didn't find any vinyl that I don't already have that wasn't really worth getting. No Kiss cassettes. I went to like 3 record stores. No Kiss cassettes. And these are the only CDs I found. But at the one store I went in, the guy he said he has a couple sealed 8 tracks. He's just got to dig them out of a box and price them for me. So I don't know what pricing I'm going to get. He says he'll give me a good deal. So we'll see. It's the guy at Main Street Jams in Morganton, and I know he watches my videos too. So we'll see what kind of deal he gives me. I told him, well, if you give me a deal, I'll talk about it in the channel and talk about it and definitely show him in the video. But I picked up Sonic Boom, and I picked this up. I told him about it. I'm picking this up basically to get this CD right here, the Kiss Classics, because that's the one I was missing. It's got the Buenos Aires DVD in it, and this is the Kiss Classics where they re-recorded some of the classic Kiss songs, and then the Sonic Boom, and my OCD's driving me crazy there. How many people the OCD was driving you crazy? You just got to when you open your CDs up, they got to be facing upright, don't they? They just do. They just have to be facing upright. And I'm not going to show the rest of this. If you want to see the rest of it, you can go back to the previous video because I showed the book and everything in the previous video. So, pick these up. These are 2 new additions to the Kiss collection. So, I'll be keeping my eye out for the others. Next thing I want to talk about is I had sent a care package to Rick back around Christmas, and I told him, I said, man, I'm one of those people that's so busy that you went through a whole year of Wax Pack, and maybe even 2 years, and I don't know how long you did it before I got them. I know he did something different this year. He did the Rock and Roll All Night Journal Every Day. I've got my book right up here above me. And if you've not seen that book, you need to go on Amazon, look for Rock and Roll All Night and Journal Every Day by Rick Howard, and you need to get that. It's not too late to start because the years aren't dated. So you can pick up right now. Right now I'm recording this. It's March 9th. Let's see what's the entry in the March 9th. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Rock and Roll All Night, Journal Every Day by Mr. Rick Howard. March 9th. Let's see what's March 9th. Have you ever seen the Kiss disco shirt, Image Clothing, 1978 in real life? Is this a piece you want to add to your collection? How much would you be willing to pay? I'll have to look and see I have to look that up and see what that is. I'm not sure if I've got it or not, or if I've seen it or not. I know I don't have it. And I don't know if I had it. See, I had a lot of stuff from back then, but I don't know if I have it now. So it's cool, fun things like that. And sometimes on days where it's something I don't have, and I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm not really showing what some of my journal stuff is because I've got some plans for that in the future. But if I don't have anything really to add to that day, I just do what I would have done when I was a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kid. I draw and doodle about Kiss. And it may just be drawing the logo, it may be drawing the faces or whatever. I used to be a big fan of drawing the stages and coming up with my own interpretations. But anyway, Rock and Roll All Night, Journal Every Day, Rick Howard, you get that on Amazon. But I sent an envelope with him with my care package and said, will you send me all of the Wax Packs, will you make me a member of the Wax Pack or crew and send me a copy of all the Wax Pack stuff? And he did. And I'm going to open this right here with you. Now, I'm not going to show all these off, but I am going to open this because I got this about a week ago, and it just took some time for me to get into it. So bubble wrap, that is empty. So he sent me a letter or a postcard. It says, thanks for watching. Enjoy, my friend, Rick. So thank you so much, Rick. Thanks for the postcards. Rick does it up right. So here it is. Here is Wax Pack stuff. This says, welcome to the Kiss Wax Pack. Here's the Wax Pack. Our mission is simple. Wax nostalgia, celebrate the fun of Kiss. As an entitled member, you will receive 4 Wax Pack issues throughout the year. So it was just 1 year. Providing a fun dive into a focused era of the band where we, united as fans, find solace through our combined allegiance for Kiss and escape from the everyday, old school fun in the online world. There is strength in numbers, so spread the word. Invite others to join the Wax Pack. Nostalgically yours, Large Mars Pee Wee, KWP, board of directors. That is so awesome. And then he sent me all 4 wax packs. This is volume 1, winter edition. Kenton and Rick, thank you so much for doing this for me, for taking care of me for this. I love you, my friend, and I'm looking forward to just sitting down with these and just looking through them. Each one looks like it has a letter. Wax pack issue number 2, you wanted it. And this is volume 1, number 2, spring edition. Volume 1 means there must be a volume 2 sooner or later. That looks like everything Australia, which is very cool. And then volume 1, number 3, the summer edition. And we all know what summer means around here. We all know that summer means things like Love Gun, Alive 2, Rock and Roll Over, Animalize. Let's see what else feels like summer albums to me. Asylum, Hot in the Shade, of course, Crazy Nights. I mean, some of the songs on Crazy Nights just feels like summer. It just oozes summer. And then Kiss Wax Pack issue 4. I didn't get I don't know if he did one for 3, but there's not one for 3. There's not a cover letter for 3. He might not have done one. Wax Pack issue number 4, cover letter. And of course, it comes back up to the volume 1, number 4, winter edition. And this was all about, we were going through the end of the road at the time. And my gosh, it's hard to believe that it's a year has already come and gone. And here we are already into March. So Rick, thank you so much for sending me this. I cannot wait to go through all these. All right. I said that I was on an OCD kick with CDs. And it wasn't just Kiss. I saw more CDs than I had money to get, so I had to pick and choose. But one CD that I had when I was a 18-year-old in 1987, and that I had to have again, was this one, Appetite for Destruction. And just seeing this and then opening it up and seeing that CD and that font, that just simple silver CD with the Guns N' Roses font and Appetite for Destruction, and then seeing the back of the band. This CD is honestly, let me go ahead. I think I might have said this before, but since I have the CD in my hand, this CD is one of the Kiss killers for me, because honestly, Kiss was not doing anything like this at the time. And bands like Guns N' Roses and Metallica's Black Album, and some of the albums that was coming out, not Metallica's Black Album, the Master of Puppets album, and some of the albums that came out during the mid to late 80s, I was like, Kiss who? I mean, I hate to say that, but some of you guys that are a few years younger than me, when y'all were discovering Kiss, I was almost kind of in a way of leaving Kiss behind. I never was not a Kiss fan. I still listen to Kiss music. I just wasn't listening to what they were making at the time. I was kind of stuck in the past. But this album, I cannot wait. I'm going to listen to this on my way to work tomorrow. This will be my CD of the week. I get a CD. I'm OCD. I'm telling you. And it becomes the CD of the week. The last CD of the week was Ace Frehley's solo album, 78 solo album. So since I had this, I figured I would show you guys this. This is the not the original album version. This is an album, this is vinyl that came out recently, and I thought I'd show you this because it's kind of cool. I love vinyl because it's just so big. You got this little bitty, I mean, look at the size comparison. And the photo on the back. I love this photo of the band. I love it. I just love it. And then you open it up, and it's got the big, huge original cover where the girl's just gotten assaulted. It's not cool, but, you know, it's art. And that is awesome. So check this out. When we pull this out here, the inside is black. I think that's cool. That the inside of the inside of the album cover is black. So it's got this poster of the band. Really cool. And then it's got a lyric sheet. And then one of the albums, let me set this over here. My desk is only so big. Side G, LP1. Side N of LP1. And side 1 has Welcome to the Jungle, It's So Easy, Night Train, Out to Get Me. All classics, every one of them. And then Mr. Brownstone, Paradise City, My Michelle, and Think About You. All classics. I argue that this is probably, and in my opinion, so you can argue with me if you want to, but this is my opinion versus your opinion, one of the best rock albums of all time. Top 5. Top 5 best rock albums of all time. I had somebody ask me one time, it was a Kiss fan, and they were also a Guns N' Roses fan, and they asked me, what album would you say from Kiss is equal to Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction? That's a tough question, and I really would like to hear your answers in the comment section. But if I was just to think about it off of the top of my head, the Kiss album to me that is equal to Appetite for Destruction is Creatures of the Night. Who agrees with me? Anybody agree with me? Or do you have a different opinion? I'd like to know down in the comments. So this is really cool. This is an insert that goes in the second album. And then it's got the lyrics for the stuff that's on the second album. Sweet Child of Mine, side R, Sweet Child of Mine, You're Crazy, Anything Goes, and Rocket Queen. Rocket Queen is probably my favorite song on the album. Out of an album that is just so full of classics, Rocket Queen is just so awesome. I love everything about it. I love everything about this album. I wore so many cassettes out. But check this out. This is really cool. This is the R side of LP2. And then when you flip it around on the back, it's got this type swirl to it that when you do it a certain way, excuse me, somebody's spam risk. It does different things. And I think if you have it spinning on the record player, it does some stuff. This hasn't, honestly, I'm going to go tell you, this probably makes some people mad. A lot of people are probably surprised that it's even open. But this has not been on my turntable yet. But I will probably resolve that sometime this week. So I picked up CD Guns N' Roses and I wanted to see the album. So this is what we're really here to talk about. 25 minutes into the video, and this is what we're here to talk about. We're talking about 10,000 volts 1 year later. Now, a year ago, I did a live. It's been the last live that I did. I haven't done one in a long time. I know we just recently did one with Critical Kiss, but the last live I did, I went and looked. I did April 10th in 2024. And that was, can't remember what it was. But I know that the one I did before that, I know it was with Rob and with Carla. And we were probably doing a panel spoken, or we were track versus track, or we were doing something. But what me and Xander did on the 15th of last year. So this is actually going to be on my channel, even though I'm recording this on the 9th. It is going to be on my channel on the 15th. And last year with Xander, we did a live, and it is coming out around the same time that I'm re-reviewing this a year later. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show, well, first I wanted to show my album. So this is the album I have. I still have the shrink wrap that goes on the outside of it, and I will put it back on it whenever I get done. And this is the album. Ace released so many versions of this, and I only bought this one and the cover. And looks like this on the inside. Super cool. Not really sure which way. Oh, I was going to say which way's up. I don't know. That way's up. And that's just so cool. I mean, that is Spaceman right there. Totally Spaceman. This side doesn't have an album in it. It's kind of like The Elder. It doesn't have an album in it. And then on the other side, we pull this out here. And what's down in here? What is this? Oh, it's a digital download. I don't want to show the code because then you'll steal my digital download. It has this inside of it, which just is pictures. Steve Brown and all the guys that worked on the album. And this is it's the dust sleeve, but it's also in a sleeve of its own. It's in this type of sleeve, and you open it up, and this is my vinyl. It is the blue and red vinyl. Blue, red, white. Very beautiful, very heavy, plays very well. I just listened to it just before I started recording because I was taking notes about what I thought of the songs when me and Xander did our Panel Has Spoken versus how I feel about the songs now. And what I did with the Panel Spoken is I just said, this is where I would have picked the song. I didn't really rate it or anything. I didn't give it a rating, but I just said, this is where I pick it. I would have picked it first, second, third, fourth, all the way to 11th. So what I would like to do is talk about these songs, just kind of go through them again and talk about what I like about them and put what my rating is on them. And then kind of list them at the very end. I will say this, that my listening to the original video that I did with Xander, my view on this album on almost every song, my thoughts of it have gone up. I think that this album is still a year later. It's still very good. It sounds to me like it did a year ago. I still feel about it the way I did a year ago. I think it's a very impressive effort. I think Ace put a lot into it, and Steve Brown put a lot into it, and I think that it's a great album. And I love the support that it got from the label with all the different versions. And that was really fun for people that like to collect all of those with the different covers and the different picture disc and the different pressing of the album cover variants and just everything. I think there was it seemed like there was like 20. And I had heard at some point in time, I heard Steve Brown say on somebody's channel that they were going to do like a deluxe version of this, like put some demos on there that didn't quite make it because Ace had some songs that didn't make it to the album. And they were going to, deluxe it up. And not really heard anything else about that. Now you're hearing, Ace is getting ready to make another Origins album, which, that's cool. And speaking of Ace, I'm actually getting ready to go see Ace in about a month. I know Xander just went last night as a filming of this, went on 8th. And I talked to him and said, hey, man, I'm going on the 11th. He was like, cool. And 11th of April, which is just a few days before my birthday. And I'm going with my friend Scott, who went with me to Rosemont. So, and I'm going to document it. I'm going to make a video about it. Everything's content. So I will document that. And that'll probably be sometime in late April that comes out. Because I'm going to see him on a Friday. And the video will be, for that week will be the very next day. So I won't have the video ready the next day, so it'll come out the week after. So anyway, let's talk about these songs. 10,000 Volts. I think 10,000 Volts is a banger. As the kids, I feel so old saying that. I think 10,000 Volts is awesome. I love that riff, that dun, 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 dun. To me, when it comes to Ace, it's about the riff and it's about the rock. And those are the songs that really gravitate me. And the ones that honestly, I love when Ace sounds new and relevant, but I also love when Ace sounds old. Or you hear the influences, and you hear him going back to some of that stuff that he would have done in the 70s and some of those leads that he would have done in the 70s. And he's got quite a few on here. I think Steve Brown kind of tried to pull that out of him to be like, hey, let's pull some nostalgia out. Let's pull out some vintage sounding Ace. And 10,000 Volts has that great, and the whole album just sounds amazing. Steve actually did, a really good job. Some people say maybe overproduced and the use of AI and yada, 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 or whatever. But it's about the finished product, in my opinion, and something you're going to listen to over and over and over and over. You go to a concert, you're going to listen to that one time. You may go back and watch your videos that you took from it a couple times or a few times. But this is something this is forever. This is what you're going to listen to all the time. So this needs to be the best. So 10,000 Volts, I think, is great. I scored an 8 on my scale. My scale is a scale of 1 to 10. It's always been that, with 1 being, I can't stand this song. I wish it would have never been written. And 10 being, this song is amazing. It's, and you can't, whenever I do this, I kind of rate these songs in a vacuum. So you can't say, if I score something a 9, you can't say, well, wow, you scored such and such Kiss song off of that album a 9. And that song is a whole lot better than this Ace song of a 9. These ratings are done in a vacuum. It's not stacking any album against another album. It is just listening to this song and listening to these songs on this album. So they're actually stacked up against each other, if anything. It's like, okay, out of all these songs on this album, I think 10,000 Volts is definitely in the upper tier of the better songs on this album. So I give it an 8. And then the next song, Walkin' on the Moon. I love the swagger. I love that it starts with that drum riff. And I love how it has where it just kind of swaggers back and forward. I love that it's got a cowbell in some parts of it. I love that riff, that na 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 na, and the riff, the solo. There's a solo in it where Ace is just going to, you know what I'm talking about. That's like a total 70s throwback for me. So that's like, it warms my heart to hear stuff like that. So Walking on the Moon, I think he starts off the album great with 10,000 volts. Walking on the Moon continues to be great. So I give it an 8. It's about the same as 10,000 volts to me. Now, Cosmic Heart. Cosmic Heart, I know some of you guys out there, Cosmic Heart is a 10 for you. Cosmic Heart is close to being a 10 for me. But like I said, this is songs that it's stacked up against other songs on this album. And I have a couple songs to me that are 10s. And Cosmic Heart, in my opinion, falls just below those. This is my opinion. If you want to make your own list, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear your list. I'd love to hear how you stack these against each other, how you rate them. And I'm going to give my list of how I stack them at the end. Cosmic Heart's a 9 for me, though. That riff is so huge. That and the drums, when they come in, and he comes in on the drums, just on the toms. And I'm a drummer. I love tom work. So there's actually a song on this album that I'm going to cover. I said I was going to get back into doing some drum covers, and there's a song on this album I'm going to cover. I'll talk about it when I get to it. It's not Cosmic Heart. That would be fun to cover, but it's not that one. So Cosmic Heart is great. I love that it kind of tells the story of Ace. He tells his story. He talks about stuff that he's gone through, things he's seen. You listen to the lyrics, it's like, I've traveled all this world, tasted life to the max. I met the kings and queens, but it never changed me. I've seen the good and the bad and the strangest of things. Sometimes I lost my way, but I never gave up my faith because life is too short. Now you hear what I'm saying. I've got a Cosmic Heart. And I love where he says, faster than mere mortals, and I can't be controlled. I've sailed the 7 seas. I've seen the rising of the sun. I've loved so many things. It wasn't always fun, flying high in the sky, ignoring warning signs. Then I woke up one day and my soul wasn't mine. So that's almost like that. When I hear that, I don't know if this is you, but if it is you, I want to become your brother in comments. When you hear that, does that remind you of, it was back in the summer of 83? There's a reason I remember it well. I'm slipping and sliding, drinking and driving, bringing me closer to hell. And the devil sat in the passenger side of DeLorean's automobile. He said, hey, Frehley, let's not be silly. There's a life out there to steal. Rock soldiers come. It's like Cosmic Heart is like the modern version of Rock Soldiers to me. What do you think? Down in the comments. I want to know. I want to hear it. So Cosmic Heart, I gave Cosmic Heart a 9. Cherry Medicine. Cherry Medicine is so fun. And some of the people have a problem with the way Ace sings on this album. That's great. And Cherry Medicine, he sounds like he's been actually drinking some of the cherry cough syrup, sipping back on Grandpa's cough medicine. But Cherry Medicine is so fun. There's a couple songs on here. You have to take them at face value, and they're a little chintzy and everything, but Cherry Medicine is one of them. But I love Cherry Medicine. I give it a 7, stacked up with the rest of the songs. And then the last track on the first side, Back in My Arms Again. This is one that Ace did. It was only in demo form, and then he finally recorded it. Back in My Arms. I love this version of this song. It sounds very faithful to the first, to the demo version of it, but I love that he did it. I hate to see demos that are especially good demos go unflushed out. I like to see a song get flushed out and done and recorded in a professional manner, in a high grade manner. And he did that with Back in My Arms, and I like that song a lot. So I like it about as much as I like Cherry Medicine, so I gave it a 7. Then you flip the side, you flip the album or continue on your CD. And the next track is Fighting for Life. And Fighting for Life, to me, almost has the same feel and the same ranking feel to me as Cosmic Heart. So I gave it a 9, but I love him telling the story and that Fighting for Life. You can be the hunter or be the prey. I love it. I love Fighting for Life, but I gave it a 9, just as I did Cosmic Heart. And the reason why, whenever I get to the second side of this album, when I go over on my turntable and I flip the vinyl, I start smiling because I know that 2 of my favorite 10 plus songs are getting ready to come. And the first one that comes in this next spot, Blinded. I love Blinded. I'm not a big acapella beginning a song person, but I love because we're blinded by science, blinded by fear. And then that comes in. That takes me back to Kiss Alive 2. At the end of Ace's solo, he does that. That's what that sounds like to me. Like I said, this album pops me back to being a kid in a lot of ways. Blinded is awesome. I love you hear so much Ace. He almost sounds like what he did on his 1977 solo. A lot of people say it's sacrilege to compare this album to his 77 solo, his masterpiece. But I like when he's like, when he says, what is it he says? We're blinded by science, we're blinded by fear. It's like a mind attack. That attack. If it could bring us to our knees. Another code to crack. I mean, those act words, he says a Trojan horse will be our enemy. And then we don't know which way to go or even who to trust. I was laughing and giggling whenever me and Xander got on this song and we were both just losing our crap. We were both singing the lyrics and I was watching when I was singing and he's singing and he's over there going, we even who to trust, and I love those moments, not only listening to a band, but experiencing Kiss moments with other Kiss people, other Kiss fans, other Kiss nerds, people in the Kiss community. I love and experience those moments with people. Blinded to me is it's a 10. It's a 10 on this album. So then it goes into Constantly Cute. Now, Constantly Cute, I gave Constantly Cute a lot of crap when I first listened to this album because I was like, man, this is like a little over the top. But it's also, Constantly Cute is kind of like Cherry Medicine Part 2. It's that other song that's part. There's some other songs that are kind of cute, kind of chintzy. Constantly Cute is fun. It's a summer song. You drive, you're listening to, drive. It's kind of a summer album. This is definitely an album that I'm going to be listening to more during the summer. I might crack this CD open. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. I haven't cracked it open yet. I might crack it open at the very end of this video if you want to stick around for it, because I don't plan on reselling it. Even though it's a Walmart exclusive, I paid more than $14 for it. I don't plan on opening it. I mean, I don't plan on like reselling it or anything. So I already know that if I'm going to listen to this in my car this summer with the windows down, I need to go ahead and open it. So I'll open it at the end of the video. Constantly Cute's a 7 for me. So then you get into the cover song, Life of a Stranger. And I love this song. This song to me it's kind of like right there with Fighting for Life and Cosmic Heart, even though it's not the same energy. But I love the blues solos that we get out of Ace. You don't get a whole lot out of him from that. I love that he constantly keeps going up in key changes. The intensity of the song just keeps building. And I love the save my life, save my life. I love the repeat. Why did you do it? Do it, do it. I love that production value that Steve brought to this song. I definitely think that this was a project by Steve that made that song as good as it is. But I love Life of a Stranger. It's very different from the original. The original is a lot more chill and a lot more new age or whatever than this is. But I love that Ace put his own spin on it. I love all the blues riffs and the solos and stuff like that that's in it. So I give it a 9. And then my hands down, I'm just going to tell you when it comes to my list, number 1, getting a preview, Up in the Sky is my 10 plus plus song. It's not just a 10, but it's not just 10 plus, 10 plus plus. I love Up in the Sky. And it reminds me of Ace's solo album, that it almost has like a New York groove feel to it when it just gets started. But once I love the drums in it. I love the boom, the boom, boom, the boom, boom, boom. I love that. And I love the words. Escaping the future, forgetting the past. The weather keeps changing. It's changing so fast. I can't imagine how things unfold. Now and each every day, I think we're losing control. Oh, yeah. I love that. Now listen, they're up in the sky. A girl, I know what I saw. You can't trust the news. Definitely can't trust the news. Can't trust the law. Or was it fact or fiction? Baby, I can't deny. Are we alone? Just screw it. Think I'll just say goodnight. I love the attitude and these two things that Up in the Sky has. My favorite song on the album, hands down. And then the last track on the album, Stratosphere. I said this in the video I did with Xander, and that I'm not usually big on instrumentals. I actually enjoy this. I think it could have been a little longer. If it'd been a little longer, it still would probably always be my last favorite song on the album. There's another little preview. But I noted with Xander, and I note now that I think it's too short. It's too short of a song. So I give Stratosphere a 6. Because 5 to me is middle of the road. And it's actually a little better than middle of the road. But I couldn't I couldn't put it with, because it's not as good as Back in My Arms or Cherry Medicine or Constantly Cute, which I rated at a 7. So that takes me to my final list of the songs. So this is how I rank the songs, and I'd like to see your rankings down in the comments. Number 1 for me, with the 10 plus plus, Up in the Sky. And Up in the Sky is going to be my next drum cover, because I can't wait to play this song. I've never played it on my drums yet, on my Rolands, and I'm going to practice it a little bit. So maybe in 2 to 3 weeks, you might see me you will see me do. I don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but you will see me play my version of Up in the Sky. You might not see me play it exactly the way Matt Starr does, but me and Matt Starr have similar styles, but I might not play every little fill or every little drum, bass drum the way he does, because I'm going to put my own little spin on it. I'm going to play it, with my own little spin, but I'm looking forward to playing it. Can't wait to play that. So Up in the Sky, 10 plus plus, number 1. Blinded, 10 plus, that's number 2. Cosmic Heart is number 3 with a rating of 9. Fighting for Life is number 4 with a rating of 9. Life of a Stranger is 5 with a rating of 9. And if they have like the same ratings, I just looked at those 3 and I'm like, well, I like this one better. I like this one best, or, number 6, 10,000 Volts has 8. I gave, like it 8. Number 7 is Walking on the Moon. That's a score of 8. Number 8 is Back in My Arms with score 7. Number 9 is Cherry Medicine, because I like Back in My Arms a little better than Cherry Medicine. So I scored it a 7 as well, but I put it at a 9. So 8 is Back in My Arms, Cherry Medicine is a 9. Number 10 is Constantly Cute. It also has a 7. And then 11 is Stratosphere. So let's go ahead and open this CD up, because I've never opened it up. And I'm not going to lie. I did take a peep on eBay and Walmart. Since this is a Walmart exclusive, it's sold out on Walmart. You can't get it on Walmart anymore. And I did take a peep on eBay. This was originally $14, and I'm seeing some people are selling them for around $30. So the price on this has doubled. I've seen $24, $25 with some shipping. So if I want to buy another one that's sealed and keep it, I can. But I do plan on playing this one in my car. So let's go ahead and open it up. It feels weird. I'm one of those people that I've just gotten so used to not opening stuff. It almost feels wrong when I do. I don't know. I guess that's a bad thing. Because sometimes it ain't like that I'm wanting to keep it to resell it. It's just, I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to open this shit. I'll open this eventually at some point in time, but I'm not going to open it yet. All right, so there it is. It's out of the case. There we go. It's got, you open it up. CD looks like that. Take the CD away. It's like basically what you see inside of the album. And let's look at this. It's like that. And you keep opening it up, opening it up, opening it up. And on the back side is the lyrics. And I have to admit, I actually like this. I like that it's got that Ace Frehley, because the inside of the album is basically just kind of like that part, you know. But I mean, that's conducive to a format for an album. But I like that Ace Frehley at the top of it. That just sets it off to me. Yeah. So wow, I just cost myself $25. I could have sold this on eBay. No, I'm kidding. I do want to listen to this. I can't wait to hear how it sounds in my car, because I have a Durango and it's got like a 8-speaker Bose system in it or something like that. And CDs sound really good in it. All right. So that's all for this one. Thank you, everybody who has tuned in and watched. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe if you'd like. Thank you for coming back and watching another video. I really do appreciate it. You can buy merch. You can subscribe to Patreon. The links are all down in the description. And if you want to interact with myself or with each other, be cool. But interact down in the comments as well. That's all for this one. I will be back next week with another video. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.